Hey, how are you? Got a good video here on a story of a major loss that I think is going to be extremely valuable for you. And if you're in a very similar situation right now where you're working on something big, I think this video could be exactly what you need to make sure you get your deal and learn from my mistake. So let's dive into it. So real quick, just wanted to start off. If you get any value from this, please give a like, please subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and let's run up the likes, guys. Please, let's try to get it to at least 100 likes. So really appreciate that. That helps me kind of keep making these videos and reach more people. So I'll dive into it. As the title says, I lost an $100,000 account. This happened in the last week or two. So in the insurance business, $100,000 premiums and accounts they're known to be a fairly large size premium because in this business, the renewals keep coming. It doesn't sound like a huge commission up front. If you're making 10, 15, 20%, it's still a good commission, but realistically, the renewals is where you're going to make up the 50 to 100,000 over years on that account in commissions. So I lost an $100,000 account recently, and the interesting part about it was that I had matched up coverage, and I was actually even a cheaper quote. Like our quote was coming in, quite a bit cheaper, and it was also matched up coverage exactly with the other, agent or broker competing against the account was matched up. So that's the interesting part. It's like when 9 out of 10 times you hear that, you think, okay, matched coverage, same quality, same, cheaper price. What happened? What happened there? And so I started to look back. At first, I kind of got, you get a little frustrated. You say, what did I do wrong here? Like, what's going on? Thought you did everything right, but you still lost the account. So what happened there? I started reflecting on it for myself, and I came to realize that I didn't close this deal. It wasn't because of the coverage. It wasn't because of the price. Even with all that stuff on my side, I still lost the account. And it's the reason I lost it was because I did not come off as a complete expert in that product and that field. I was super just kind of hyper focused on like, okay, I have to get the same kind of coverage. I have to get a better price as the other guy and just try to match him and beat him. Like that's kind of where my energy and my mind was. And this business that we were working on, it's a huge business. They're in the 50+ million in revenues. Like they're a big business. They're making a lot of money. So I truly believe that if I had just focused on, businesses like this, you need to focus on recommendations and protecting your customer and finding any areas that might be potential exposures for them in the future. You can't be focused on like match and beat. Like that works. You're going to get away with it in auto and home and smaller types of accounts. But in commercial, once you start getting into the working and the bigger stuff, you're not going to get away with just matching and beating people. Like you need to be an advisor, and you need to be able to give your suggestions and recommendations on how to protect that business properly. Because at the end of the day, these businesses don't care about the price. They care about being fully protected and in case something completely blows up, especially when they're big and they're making a lot of money. So the moral of the story is always focus on coverage over the price. The price is completely irrelevant. So I just wanted to share that. I just felt like that right there is an extremely valuable story. Don't make the same mistake as me, because if you're sitting there right now with something that's a big policy and even a small policy, you need to just disregard the price. You need to just talk to the customer and purely focus on protecting them and doing what's right, and then price is way after that. If you're in a situation where you lost a big one like that, fail forward and reflect on your loss and understand what you can do better for the future. I feel like right after that happened, I felt like I was on this just kind of mode of like, I have to just help everybody be covered properly. And now I'm like, it's kind of carrying over into this, week and like these days where now I'm starting to focus more. I just want to protect people properly. I don't give a complete shit about the price. Like the price is completely irrelevant. My number one thing is let's make sure you're covered, and if something bad happens, you guys have the coverage there, and just aren't left with your, your company screwing you over. So, or being screwed over by your agent. So that's kind of how I feel. Make sure you're leading with the coverage. And guys, in the comments, like, don't drop in the comments like, whoa, like, what if it's like way too expensive? Be realistic. Like, we know that has to be a reasonable price. Like, and that can't be outrageous, because then people won't pay it, because they could just self-insure themselves if it doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, like I'm saying, like, our goal here is, as advisors, to make sure people are covered. Even if you're thousands of dollars more, straight up, like thousands of dollars more, you still should earn that business. And I believe in this situation, I lost it because the other guy was leading with that, and he was going with, let's protect you properly. He was pointing out stuff, and maybe he knew the field a little bit better than I did, and I was on my heels. But you learn your lessons, and you know that as an advisor, you can provide that same type of value if you really just want to, and go out of your way to go extra mile and find out and speak to somebody who knows more about that particular product or industry, if that's the case. And you can really leverage that knowledge and use it to your advantage to make sure your customer is protected. So it really comes down to you. Like, you need to take full responsibility and accountability for what stuff happens in your life. And even if it's personal, friends, family, relationships, boyfriends, girlfriends, or business, employees, like your sales numbers, your revenue, like if you're not killing it right now, don't blame the company. Don't blame your underwriter. Don't blame your employees. You need to take a step back, look in the mirror, and say, like, what am I doing and what can I do different? So take accountability. I'm taking 100% accountability in this situation. Totally, could have blamed a lot of different factors in this case. It wasn't ideal either. Just to keep it, real, like on the record, it didn't go super, like it wasn't super smooth. Communication wasn't ideal. There was several things that I could blame right now. But I'm taking full-on responsibility. I lost that. I didn't come off as a pure expert, and transfer that certainty to my customer, letting them know that I was the best person to protect that deal for them. And here's a couple reasons why these coverages are exposed. Your business is this big. You need to have this much coverage. It all came back to me after the fact, and I blew it. I straight up blew it. So I'm taking responsibility. You should too. And that's all I got. I hope this Monday kind of, this video right here helps you throughout your Monday avoid the same mistake as me. If it does come up, and I really, really hope you get a big one come up, and you lead with this strategy of just, let's focus on the coverage and protecting your business 100%. And I hope that leads to you closing a big deal and making some good commission, and then you giving us a thumbs up, and we'll run up those likes again. So that's all I got. I hope you guys got some value from that. I really appreciate it. And everybody keep following, that's following right now. I just want to say thank you guys so much. Even the ebook, like, it's gotten so much good support and people giving good feedback. Like, I'm very, very grateful, and I'm just beyond blessed to have people listening to me and giving me a shot to influence their decisions and their strategies and their mindset in the insurance business, because it is a very big responsibility in this industry to be an advisor. So the fact that you guys are giving me love and like appreciating the videos, I just want to say thank you. If you're watching this right now, like, thank you so much, straight up. Like, those comments and that feedback, people saying like, good job, and like, you're killing it, and like, I'm bringing value. Like, the main thing for me is like, I just want to bring value to people. So if you're getting value from this, please like, and so more people can see it. And I just want to say I genuinely, like, seriously appreciate it so much. I don't think I say it enough to the fans. So whoever you are following, I love you. And that's all I got. Have an amazing week, and don't make the same mistake as me. Be a good advisor, focus on the coverage, and price doesn't matter. So that's all I got. We'll see you guys at the top. See you soon. Peace.